The president of the Progressive Teachers Union of Zimbabwe, Dr. Takawafira Zhou, has said the 2020 academic year must not be declared null and void, even if it meant it resumes in January 2021. Schools were prematurely closed in March when this country recorded its first coronavirus case, and there are no indications as to when the studies will resume as the country is still grappling with the virus. We present below Dr. Zhou's statement in full. Which way forward for the education system in Zimbabwe? After the heroic resistance by progressive teachers' unions to the reopening of schools without due consideration of the health, the safety, and the welfare of pupils and teachers, the government now seems to have adopted a wait-and-see approach over the issue of reopening of schools. Rather than taking a proactive role in preparing for reopening of the schools, the government in general and Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education in particular have taken a lackadaisical approach to the crucial issue of opening of schools. As the PTU said, we have no regrets for the crucial and national role we played in resisting the reopening of schools. As much as we are blamed by the politicians and the yellow unions, history has absolved us. It is becoming more clearly that chances of opening schools this year are very far-fetched and remote. But even if schools are to open next year, there is a need for preparation towards that, let alone clarity over the 2020 academic year. Our humble submission is that this is the time for the ministry to make meaningful engagement with teacher unions in order to map an agreeable possible way forward. The health, the safety, and the welfare of teachers and pupils remain crucial issues to be addressed before schools can reopen. Yet, nothing towards this is seriously considered by the government and line ministry. There are no clear plans to assist pupils other than homiletic, bellicose, and rhetoric of radio and television lessons. While the efficacy of such lessons is certainly undoubted, we wonder how this would become a reality in a country where 75 to 80% of areas have no television and radio frequencies. Our sober reflections is that the country cannot afford to cancel the 2020 academic year, even if schools open in January next year. Rather, the pupils must be given an opportunity to learn for 2 to 3 months before they can write the end of 2020 academic year exams. This can be followed by a 2021 academic year, which can be divided into 2 to 3 months learning terms and ensure that by the end of 2021, we have rectified the learning challenges emanating from the COVID-19 related closure of schools. Any other options could give permanent challenges to the education sector. There are those who argue for the cancellation of 2020 academic year. This would entail that there would be too many students for ECD and grade 1 classes in 2021, as the current pupils would be joined by other pupils in 2021, thereby posing infrastructural challenges. Such students will create permanent challenges every year, and after grade 7, they will create challenges associated with Form 1 enrollment. It is our hope that the government will learn from history and avoid the challenges faced during the early 1970s when both the Standard 5 and the Standard 6 were integrated and allowed to write the end of primary education examinations without creating room for expansion and absorption of such pupils for Form 1. Consequently, several pupils found themselves out of school. It is also very worrisome that the government is silent about the recently generated discrepancies between the teachers' salaries and other sectors in the government. with a salary ranging from ZW 3,800 to ZW 4,200, inclusive of the allowances. All teachers have tested positive to poverty and are always scavenging for food. It is callous for the government to ignore the plight of teachers at a time it is pampering other sectors with less qualifications and lesser years of experience and responsibilities with salaries that are 5 times that of teachers. Government need to invest in quality public education and restore the purchasing power.